Hi, everyone. Happy, oh goodness, I guess it's Tuesday today. Welcome. We're going to do a little bit of a lot of stuff today. And so I just want to kind of let you get in, get settled. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Sonny Grint, and I work with the education team in Nashville for the North America Education. Throw in the comments as we're going along. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. I try to keep an eye on that. It just helps me to know. We're here in Nashville today, at least I am, and it is there's Florida. Hi, Cheryl. Anyway, it's super warm here today. It finally was like, okay, we just hit summer right here in this part of the country. So again, really happy. And oh gosh, Cleveland and Adirondacks and rainy Iowa. We need some rain already, and then Oregon and Florida. Thank you guys for doing that. I just love to see where y'all are from, and I see some of you. Hi Lynette, good to see you too. So anyway, today what we're doing is we are going to be talking about Creativate, and I know that there are many of you that were out there that had questions, maybe just some things you didn't understand, things that maybe you did understand or didn't know were coming, or things like that. So please know that we're going to try and answer most of your questions. I can never say all, but most of your questions today about Creativate. We are going to talk. I know there's been a lot of questions about storage, that sort of stuff. Design catalog, got some exciting news for the design catalog. And then I'm just going to go browsing through the website with you. So just kind of know that if you have questions, I have Amy is here, Meredith is here, Adam is here. We've got people here to help. If you have questions, certainly type those in the comments. I probably will get to it during the session. So if it's, if you just want to make sure it doesn't, you don't forget it, go ahead and type it in. And like I said, my team's going to help me make sure that I remember everything and make sure we get those questions answered. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead. I don't think I have anything else to get started with. I do just want you to know that we will, we're going to try and answer as best we can. So Amy, I think I'm ready. Let's go ahead and jump over. I made a little PowerPoint for you guys. It's not a long one, but hopefully this will give you, basically give you a kind of a set way to think about what Creativate is. And so introducing Creativate, really exciting new website. And basically, Creativate is a digital toolkit. And when we look at digital toolkit, it's like things that are online, things that are on your computer, on your phone, all that sort of thing. It's just everything put together that makes it easy to bring your ideas to life, connect, and connect with others, share a passion for the art of the handmade. I'm chuckling at handmade because some of you who know me, okay, so some of you who know me know that a hand is a tough word for me, but I love this because it's not just by hand, it's handmade. It's made with the love that you have, and it is by your hands. So I think it is very special for that. And it is Creativate comes from create, innovate, and elevate. So if I continue on, why is the word Creativate? And it focuses on your creative process, the process of the people who love to make things, and that is you. That's why you're here, right? So that is so exciting. And we've done a lot of research thinking about how people do, like yourselves. How do you come up with something, and what is the process? And that really is about first you get inspired. And I don't know how many of you, when I look at this word inspire, I think about it's something that, oh gosh, my husband, you're going to laugh at this, but I get inspired when my husband tells me to get inspired. That's really not true, but it is sometimes the inspiration when you need to make something, but also when you're looking around and you look and say, oh, I just saw this beautiful dress or beautiful pillow and I want to do that. Those are your inspiration, and we want to help you with that. And then you learn to do something. So many of you are experienced sewists, right? So many of you are experienced sewists here. But when you learn, you're learning with all of your experience, but also there's always something new. I figure if I don't learn something new every single day, then there's something wrong. So learning is very important to keep us going. And then when we make it, so we make it through a machine, you basically make it through your software, your crafting machine, you make it through your quilting software. So all of those things, and I see lots of questions coming in. I'm gonna actually get through a lot of your questions. I'm seeing them. So I just wanted to give you kind of this background, because that was also something I know you guys said is, why? What was the background? So, when you make something, I know you all out there, you are going to share it. You're going to share with your family, your friends. You're going to share with whoever it is that you care about and love. And many of you share with those that you don't even know. So that is really neat. So with CREATIVATE, it is create, innovate, and elevate, and it's all inside. So this is our new CREATIVATE. I just wanted to do that because CREATIVATE is something that is very special, and we want you to understand a little bit why. So, guys, I wanted to. This is a very busy slide. I want you to see this because the most important thing that I want you to notice is if you were in my Sonet and you had a basic subscription, you will now have a basic membership. If you had a silver subscription, it is an essentials membership, a gold subscription, extra membership, and platinum and elite. So this is how the names transfer. I know you've seen those transfers, right? So I know you've seen those transfers, or you've downloaded something and it now says extra, or it says elite instead of gold and platinum. That is right there. That is how that comes across. The memberships, they have unique names that grow as your skill level grows. So it's as you grow. And the membership access also includes crafting, quilting, and sewing features. Now, I know there are many of you out there that basically you have what we call one-time purchase or perpetual. That is the embroidery design software only, right? So that name is not changing. It is only the membership or subscriptions plans changing to memberships. The one-time purchase names remain as silver, gold, and platinum, and that is for the embroidery design software only. Okay, so that is for that only. So, and I see upgrade kit. What do I need to get going with CREATIVATE? Joanne, we're gonna talk about this in just a moment. So I'm seeing a lot of good questions. I just wanted you to realize that, again, if you have, I'm trying to, and I don't know, Amy, can they, or I hope you guys maybe can see where my mouse is, but if you have a platinum membership or a platinum subscription, it's going to transfer directly to an elite membership. And if you have a gold, to extra, silver goes to essential, and the basic stays with the basic plan. So hopefully that makes sense a little bit, right? So hopefully that makes sense a little bit. It's really a name change. And those with the boxed software, we're still going to call it gold, silver, platinum, because that is talking about the embroidery software only. All right. So that was a very busy slide, but it had a lot of stuff on it. So with the membership or one-time purchase, this is where I think there was a lot of confusion. Really, most everything that you had did not change. So there were a few changes, but basically, if you had a membership, so these are both about the membership levels here, the free basic level for embroidery software features, its basic functions. Crafting software has all the functions. Quilting software has the basic functions. And this is access to use embroidery designs and crafting files. This is a change, everybody. This is a change. So the basic basic customer, the basic user, all right? So basic user, your the use of embroidery designs and crafting files are used with free designs only. And I'm going to talk more about that. All right. So I'm going to talk more about that. That is a difference. And then the mobile app, that's going to continue on for us. If you have a membership of a paid level, so that's one at Essential, Extra, or Elite, basically the software is whatever your membership level is, the crafting and quilting all functions, and this is where you, for the designs, for the basic, you have free designs. For the membership levels, you will have the ability to use, and I'm going to cough for just a minute. Pardon me. You will be able to use the designs from the design catalog as long as you have a CREATIVATE enabled or a Wi-Fi enabled machines. That has not changed. We've always needed for the use of the library, the design catalog, it's the same thing. They are encrypted files. So this, you do need a Wi-Fi capable machine. And then of course the app. For the one-time purchase, the box software, you have basically the embroidery software features, and then you have the app option. All of these other features here, the crafting, the quilting, the access to the embroidery designs and crafting files, these are for the memberships over here. All right, so I know that was a lot. And Amy, if you can flip me back, I know there were a lot of questions coming through. I think I might have answered some of them. I see Robin real quick. Is the original Epic CREATIVATE enabled? Yes, it is. If your machine was Wi-Fi enabled before, it is Wi-Fi enabled now. So you don't have to worry about that. We're not going to go back and say it's CREATIVATE. It may say what my Sonnet on it, but it is CREATIVATE enabled. Say that 3 times fast. All right. So Amy, give me some of the questions that maybe came up that kind of address this. I'm going to go a little bit more, into a few different things.
I do see somebody who's asking that she got a new computer and has not downloaded the Platinum My Sonnet. Is that something that she can still do? Where does she find that download? And is that still available? And I think I saw some people who had the 3 months free as well.
Okay.
With the Platinum subscription. So questions about that?
Yeah. So I'm writing down the 3 months free and where you're going to go to download this. I'm going to show you where you're going to go to download your software. It will, even though it's a My Sonnet subscription little code, it is actually going to just switch over automatically to CREATIVATE. So there won't be any questions. You won't have to do anything with that. But basically, the 3 months free, you can still go in and put that in the same place. So I'll show you where you're going to go for that. So you're fine. I saw someone so I think those were kind of, hopefully that makes sense. I'll show you where to go. You don't have to worry about, the My Sonnet codes going away. You will still have those. It will just say CREATIVATE. All right. Any other questions, Amy, for me right now before I jump back?
Based on what I'm seeing, I think you have plans to answer most of the questions that I'm seeing in your presentation going forward.
All right. All right. So let's jump back to the presentation. Oops, I went too quick. So I did want to kind of remind us here as we go back to this, that for the cutting software. So this is one of the other things about CREATIVATE, everyone, is it encompasses not only sewing, but sewing and embroidery. It also encompasses the cutting and the quilting software that we're starting to build. And that's what's really kind of exciting, that we're not limited anymore to thinking about, oh, it's got to be sewing or embroidery. Now it's a lot of different things. So with the cutting software, we've had this out, I think, oh goodness, think about a year now, or maybe even more. And it works with our Singer Memento craft cutting machine. And it's a great little software. This is part of the basic membership. So it is a free software that is available to you. And again, it's just making fun crafting designs to go with your Memento craft cutting machine. So that is a cutting software that is available for memberships. The quilting software, which is really fun. I've done a couple, a couple of Facebook Lives on this. Some of you, if you've come to any of them, you'll know this is a quilt that I made last year. This quilting software is really very fun. Today, everything we have today is within the basic membership. We're looking to do some more advanced functions that will be part of starting with the essential membership. So just kind of realize that new things may be coming out in the future, but those, it'll depend on how big the function is. So it is something that is actually really, really kind of cool with that. And so if you haven't played with the quilting software, preview your quilt, gives you quilting charts, that sort of thing. There is an option to send to the Memento cutting machine if you want to do that too, if you have a Memento. So I think those are like really cool things. So with the embroidery software in the basic level, okay, so with the embroidery software in the basic level, this has the multi-format CREATIVATE Wi-Fi sync between devices, personalized designs. What's in red there, everybody, is new, okay? So it is new. It is 11 preloaded font styles, envelope shapes, and quick fonts. So that is very nice for getting you started with embroidery software in a free version. So, and I'm going to just go real fast back here. So again, the free not only has the embroidery software, it has the crafting, the quilting, and those are all the basic functions there for that. So if you have a membership, actually not even a membership, when you download basic, you have all of these functions that are available for you. Now, I know we've been looking at your questions, so we wanted to try and help you out. There were several people that asked about, with the embroidery software, the boxed software. So the boxed software was made in 2021. And so last year we created what's called the feature bundle. And that feature bundle has everything that was introduced in the My Sonnet software. So everything that was introduced in the membership software since 2021. And this feature bundle is available for purchase to add to your 2021 box purchase. Okay, so if you have a box 2021 software, these are the things that you can purchase to actually bring it up to what is current in all the memberships for 2024. And that is the hold down stitches, the super designs, and actually more super designs. Anyone who knows me knows I love super designs. These have some of the fun emojis, all sorts of things. And then the name changer. So that is, I spent money for platinum box set. Why do I not have some of the access as the free basic? So Robin, you got the platinum box software. You can certainly go ahead and download the basic software, the basic membership for free, and then you'll have everything. So all you need to do is you'll keep your embroidery software with your platinum software, and then go on and get your basic. And that basic software will give you the quilting and the crafting software as well. So, it's just, it's kind of like, I have this too. I have two separate things on my laptop. So all you have to do is go download the basic. You don't have to pay for it, and it's right there for you. So basically, you're good to go, right? And the price of the feature bundle, actually, we did talk with our dealers last year. So I am going to have you go to your dealer. I don't like to talk prices for anything just because dealers are independent. I can't really tell them what the price should be for what they're going to sell. So, just know, go to your dealer, go to your retailer. They can get you that feature bundle. All right. So, now I'm going to go into the embroidery software again really quickly. If you have a membership, it's called Essentials. If you have the box, it is the silver. And with that feature bundle, you get the name changer, and you get the hold down stitches, that sort of thing. But also, for those of you who maybe haven't updated your software in a while, in the silver level, you now have Express Design and Draw and Paint included in the silver level. So this is really great, guys. You need to, if you have not downloaded an update lately, you really need to, because you're going to get a lot of really great things about updates in this, even in the silver software today. So I think that's super important for that. Same with the extra. The extra, because you have the Draw and Paint and the Express Design, you also can do custom shapes in Word Sculpt. So that's a little bonus, right? And then, of course, up to Platinum, you have all of the wonderful things that Basic, Essential, and Gold have. And again, guys, if you have the Platinum Box, or the Platinum Box, right? So if you have the Platinum Box and you have the 2021, that software is still just fine, right? It's just fine. It's got lots of wonderful features. The new upgrade, or the 2024 upgrade, gives you the ability to do name changer. It gives you the ability to have hold down stitches, and it gives you more emojis. If you choose not to get that, your software is just fine. It's not going to hurt anything, right? So basically, Cheryl, you said you're saying you don't have to purchase a 2024 update. That's fine. You've got the version that you have, and that is great. If you want those three things, so if you do want those three things that I just mentioned to you, then you would go and talk with your dealer about getting the feature bundle. But you don't have to, that's for sure. Okay, so that's all you need. All right. So basically, let's see. So I saw a lot of things going on, and I, again, your 2021 version is great. If you want those three other features, you can get that if you choose to. All right. And let's see, does CREATIVATE and Box run as a different application on the computer? So, and the CREATIVATE basic software that has the quilting and crafting. Okay, so it has a quilting and crafting. It and it also has it has a place to find vault, different things like that. But basically there are two applications. I have my application that runs my embroidery software, and then I have this other app that runs my quilting and crafting software. Okay, so that is basically, that's what the difference is. So you do have two different little applications for that. All right. All right. So other questions, Amy, you can bring me back here. I've seen a few little things in there, but I'm trying to keep up and keep going. So we've got a lot of more information. So I don't want to lose anything as we're going along here, Amy.
I know it's going very quickly here too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to run through again and see if I can see anything that I don't think. Honestly, I think a lot of this, I'm seeing some questions about cloud and vault, and I know you're going to get to that.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big one there. So yeah, when we get to that, I think that'll be good.
Okay. And I know there were a couple of things. If I bought from a Viking sewing gallery, there are dealers that are really willing and able to help you, with any questions. It is a trick, maybe a little bit, to find them, but they're going to be reaching out if they, we've got a lot of dealers out there so you really want to, want to look for your closest dealer. And basically, Heidi, you say, does this affect my Creative Icon too? It really doesn't. The only thing is it'll still say my Sonnet when we now have CREATIVATE. So that's really what we're working with now. Okay. All right. So I see a lot of, okay. So let's go back real quick, Amy. And I'm not going to go into this here. I am going to go into it in another moment, but the actual phone app has also changed. So the phone app has also changed. Just really look and feel is really what it is. And it's updated a little bit. And then this is what the question, this is for the tablet, which the tablet includes the crafting and quilting. And this is kind of what it looks like on your computer as well, that extra app that Anne was asking about. So again, you'll have your embroidery software grouping, and then you'll have this app that has crafting and quilting. So, all right. So this is what you guys have been asking about. So I will tell you, let's go ahead and look at the website. I'm going to go through this a little bit, and hopefully a lot of those, questions that you're having will be answered. So I'm just going to jump over here. And everyone, so now, instead of going to mysonnet.com, you will go to creativate.com. Okay. So you go to creativate.com. This is the new look and feel to the website. We found that my Sonnet was a little bit confusing. There was a lot of stuff going on. And what I found is I made this kind of easy for myself. Your account, so any of you who have my Sonnet, okay, so any of you who have my Sonnet memberships or my Sonnet subscriptions, they transfer directly over. You do not have to change your sign-in. You do not have to change anything like that. You're simply going to go to creativate.com, and then you will sign in right here. I already have, just to be prepared, but this is where you would sign in. There's usually a little sign-in thing right here. Many of you are used to the dashboard that is here. The dashboard is a little bit different. So with that, this is where, if you click on your My Account, you'll see if you have connected devices. This is my computer here. So I have it connected right now to my working with it with the CREATIVATE. This is also if you have an activated license, and I'll show you. So the people that were asking about those codes, I'll show you where you're going to put in those codes. And this is also account management. These are 3 basic things right in the My Account right here, and it shows you what I showed you before. But what I want to do is what I've kind of done for myself is I've just been poking around, okay? So I was poking around a little bit. And when I say poking around, I just went to the home page. And why I went to the home page is that's what we do. This is a great little area that lets you see what's trending, that sort of thing. And then as I move down on the home page, so simply on the home page itself, here is where you get to the design catalog. Everyone, design catalog is what is similar to what the library was in my Sonnet, and also where some of the projects were. So when I click Explore Design Catalog, it's going to be a lot of different things here, navigation, different things like this. But what I want to do is what you've been asking me this whole time. I'm going to browse the catalog. And when I browse the catalog, here are, do I have embroideries, crafting, cutting? It's taking a moment for everything to get uploaded here for me. Here are projects, designs, crafting designs, fonts, all sorts of things. All of these are here. But what I definitely want to share with you, if I click here and say, view all designs, and when I click view all designs, and it's always slower when I'm trying to talk here, here are all the different designs. You'll notice some say premium, some say free. But if you already had, so if you had been working in the library, everyone, I had been. So if I click here to see my favorites, so again, I was just on the home page. I just went and looked at this. And when I click on my favorites, these are different things that I've been looking at, right? So these are what I have favorited. I don't know if that is an actual word, but these are my favorites. If I click on my purchases, so for those of you who are who have purchased designs in the past, and I click on my purchases, these are all still purchased. I still have access to them, so that did not go away. If I click on, let's say I want to send this design to my machine. This is someone who asked about the Designer Epic earlier. This is the Designer Epic. This is my computer. So I can send it directly there. I can upload it to my vault, or I can download it in whatever other format. These are designs that I had already purchased. So you did not, you didn't lose that. Those are all still there. So those are all my purchased designs. And this is where I'm going to click on free content. And this is where there's one exciting thing. And I saw someone ask about the like specialty, like ribbon embellishment attachments, and not being able to download these. Well, Adam was so gracious to say to us before we got started, now, you guys, I want you to hear this because they are thinking about you, and we are trying to work with you. For the ribbon embellishment, for the embellishment attachment designs, on the website, on the My Sonnet library, there were over 200 of those. Well, guess what? Those embellishment designs will be either at the end of this week or beginning of next week, they will all be made free to you. So you don't have to worry about purchasing those designs. They will be free. So the embellishment designs will be free going forward. It's just going to take a little while to get those up. So I want you guys to realize that, there were a lot of, people. I saw you guys in there going, now I have this attachment, I can't use it. Well, guess what? Yes, you can. So those over 200 designs will be made available to you as free content starting at the end of this week or next week, which I think that's so great. And I saw someone say about the specialty techniques hoop and other hoops. And Vicki, your question about, does that include the ribbon attachment? There is a subset of those that are ribbon attachment designs. So the embellishment attachment does ribbon and then the yarn as well as the beads. So yay. So I think that's really a really great thing about that. So that's where, again, those asking about ribbon, and those are a subset of the embellishment attachment. So that is really a great thing. Those other specialty techniques like the turnable hoops, as well as the flips, the specialty techniques hoops and those sorts of things, we're going to look at those and we're going to see how we can build that, and also how we can get those up there so you guys can work to that again. All right. So we really are trying to make it easier for you. So I think that's really, really great. And we'll keep looking at adding more collections. All right. At this point, Ella, you're not able to purchase designs individually. What we are also working on, though, is collections. And with collections, you'll be able to go in and get different designs through a collection. But today you are not able to, you're not able to purchase a single design today. But again, we're working on getting more free designs. We're working on getting collections. All right. So I know someone just asked about where you go to get your purchases. Again, what I did is I was on home. I went to the design library. I went in here over in the search in, and I just went to my purchases right there. So that was right there. So with the library, lots of different things coming about. And again, someone asked, did we lose our favorites? My favorites were all right there. So again, it's just going in there, favorites, purchases, and free content, which is really going to build. And, you said, Debbie, the ribbon design should be able to purchase individually. Well, you'll be able to download them individually soon, and they will be free. So you will have those. Everything that is up there will be free to you. So you can go in and just grab one. So that's not a question. I mean, you'll be able to do that. All right. So at this point, let's go back to home. And I started at the top, so I went to the design catalog. So again, home, and get into explore the design catalog, and that makes it very, very simple, very straightforward. The next thing that I want to talk about is the vault. And with that vault, we've worked with the vault before. There have been some changes. There are some changes. And so when I click on View Vault, there are a couple things we definitely want to talk about with this, because with the vault, this allows me to have a lot of storage, a lot of great things. Amy, if you'll go ahead and bring me back for just a minute. So I don't want to, I want to be very transparent with you guys with this, because with the Vault, at one point we had 2 gigabytes of storage. At this point, with the basic subscription, or excuse me, membership, with the basic membership, there is 100 megabytes of storage. All right, so there is 100 megabytes of storage for the basic membership in CREATIVATE. For the starting with Essential all the way up, there is 2 gigabytes of storage. Okay, so that is slightly different, but basically there are 2 levels to storage, and I just want to be clear that the basic is 100 megabytes, and then if you get to the Essential and above, that is 2 gigabytes. All right, so and Bobby, is there any benefit to purchasing above the basics since I'm using it for my memento? I mean, certainly you can actually, with embroidery software, use it for a different embroidery machine. You can save into different file formats. That would be the reason for that. But, or, that sort of thing. But for your crafting machine, that is the basic so far. So that is there. All right. So those are your options right there. Okay. So those are your options for the storage for Vault. Now, if you'll take me back, Amy, now. All right. I see someone that said, do I need to replace my Sonnet software with CREATIVATE software? Basically, it's not a replace. It really is an update. So I would certainly update your My Sonnet software to CREATIVATE. And it will just basically give you the new look and feel. Do you have to? No, but it is best to do so. All right, so it's best to do so. Okay, so I'm back at Vault. I've seen a lot of people, but I've seen a lot of people asking about cloud. And with the Vault, this is where you really are going to be storing all of your, where you really want to be storing all of your embroidery designs. You can see I've got a lot of crafting designs. I've got embroidery designs. I got lots of different things here in my Vault. This is really kind of your storage area, okay? So this is your storage area. With the cloud today, and it's actually down here. I think I can find it quickly under this little FAQ here, and I probably should read this verbatim, but basically today, with your Wi-Fi enabled, your basically CREATIVATE My Sonnet enabled machine, you can see your cloud on the machine. We know that the cloud was important on the website as well for many of you. And so what I really want to show you is, the cloud did go away on the website. So it did go away on the website. We know that you need it. And so we are working on bringing the cloud back to the website. I know that is not ideal right now. I talked before this, I wanted to make sure I had the latest update. They are working really hard on this to make sure that we get this back. Things happen sometimes when we transfer things over, and this is something that we know is very important. Again, you can see your designs on your Wi-Fi enabled machine, but it is true, you are not able to see it on the website today. One thing, just as a reminder, is, with the cloud, we hope that you're using your cloud to transfer back and forth between machine and software and all that sort of stuff. But it really is a transfer mechanism. It's a hard thing to get out of our minds because we've all done it. But I really want to, make sure you guys realize that, the cloud, it will be coming back on the software or in the website, excuse me. It is available on your sewing machine today. And Julie, you've not lost your designs. They are still there. You will access them either through your machine or delete and delete count, two separate things. We have a nightmare. So that's a great comment, Cindy. I will basically, I think probably our people that are watching saw your comment on that. So, but you have not lost your designs. They are still there. Again, you can see them on the machine. If you don't have a machine, we're going to get that back as soon as we possibly can. All right. So how do I download my designs to machines? So basically, if you have a Wi-Fi capable machine, you can see the designs from your cloud on those Wi-Fi capable machines. So you would just look at it that way, Wendy, is what you would do. Okay, so you would look at that. All right, so look at it through your machines. All right. Okay, so the other place, and Amy, if you'll bring me back real quick, I just want to make sure if I can find this. The other place that you can find your vault is actually in your app. I don't know if you guys realize that your app, so this is the new CREATIVATE app. It's very similar to the My Sewnet app. It looks a little different, but you'll see there is a vault right there. And so here is, oh, you're seeing all my trees. Here is the vault right on your app. All right. So it's here on the app. So everything is right there with basically everything that you saw on my computer is all right here. So it's also available here for you to see and work with your vault there as well. All right. Basically anybody who has the ability to transfer designs, the cloud is still there. So you can certainly still transfer designs. That's not a question. It's just a little trickier to see the designs is the thing. All right. Okay. So, I'm trying to think of the next step. So Amy, if you'll take me back to the computer for just a moment. And I want to make sure that that was about Vault. The cloud is again, you can see all of your designs from the cloud on your machine. However, you cannot see it on the computer. You will, or on the website that we are working on, and we will get that back. So the last thing I did want to talk about is, here is for the CREATIVATE software. Many of you, again, are asking, do I need to download CREATIVATE as a new app? Do I need to do those? I did. So it says, what's the title to search for the phone app? It is CREATIVATE. And because my phone, actually, I have it set up to automatically update. It automatically updates from the My Sewnet to CREATIVATE. If you want to push it, you can do that. If it doesn't do it, you can go in and find CREATIVATE in either Google Play or the Apple Store. Okay.
Adam has something to add there, Sonny.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, on the mobile application side, some of the application storefronts haven't updated to use CREATIVATE as the search term. It takes some time for that to happen. So if you go in, like on iPhone, for example, and you search for My Sewnet, it will show up and it will show CREATIVATE as the app download. So if you're a new user for a new download, again, Apple takes time for it to update its search queries. So go in and search for My Sewnet and CREATIVATE will show up.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that. All right. So with the different softwares, this is where, again, several of you asked where you can actually get the software, or where would you go to download the software. Again, I went to home at the bottom, CREATIVATE software. And this is where you would download. I think this is super easy in that you download for the desktop, the Windows desktop, the Mac desktop, Android, and iOS. So you have those options there. Here are those FAQs. I've already looked at that and showed you that, right? So basically, here are other FAQs. Here are the actual software guides, and this talks about, you know, how to sign into your CREATIVATE account, that sort of thing. So it takes you all the way through that. But also for those of you who do have an SVP machine, you know, SVP machine, so meaning a Singer, a Husqvarna Viking, or a Pfaff machine, here's where you go to register your machine. Or if you need updates, it's right here. So these are all the same things. It's just, again, a different place. This is where there are the actual software guides. Okay, so this is the actual software guides for all of the different modules in the software. And you can either download them or view them online. I actually, one of my favorites is the sample guides for all the different frames and flourishes and all the different patterns and all that sort of stuff. So that is all there at the bottom area here. So that is basically everything in the home page. I want to make sure, and this is where I may need, I'm still learning a little bit too, guys. This has been about a week out, but I think here is where I want. I just went to, so let me do that again. I went there because there were a couple questions. I was on the home page, and I want to go to learn, and then the FAQs and help. And why I went there is because the software and setup, this is, and I may have just said that. I just said that wrong. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, guys. What I'm trying to do, Adam, maybe you can do this instead of me floundering. Where is it that I find the area that I put in my codes? I'm sorry, I can't remember that, where I put in the codes.
Am I muted? Or am I unmuted?
You are unmuted, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I want to.
Is it
under my account? I think, but let me verify.
I don't think it's under my account. And this is the one thing that I did not check out ahead of time to help you guys, and I'm very sorry. Nope. Doggone it, I've been doing pretty well up till then.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, I think it's actually in a couple. Activate code. So if you go to the footer, there's access, activate code.
Okay.
Is one spot, right? And then.
All right. So probably the easiest spot for those of you who are asking about those 3-month codes, and you have a MySonet code, all that, Adam, right there. That's probably the easiest. Is just
also if you go to make and just click on the word make.
Okay.
Scroll down, you'll see activate code and activate
there as well. All right.
And the same link will activate both 3-month codes or like the month-over-month codes that you've received in boxes. It will also activate perpetual license codes in the same place.
Okay, thank you for that. So that's where you would go to activate those codes, right? So right there. And someone said it's under my account. This is, I think, the activated. So if you've already activated, you go here and you can see what you have activated. And otherwise, you can either go right to the bottom and get that activate code there to activate that. So thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Sorry, that was a great question, and I had that was the kind of the last thing I wanted to make sure I did before we come back for that. All right, and that's also, Nancy, that is how you activate a code from your dealer as well. Everywhere down there, that's, you go to the same place. Okay, so you go to the same place. So, all right. So, Amy, if you'll bring me back. And I know I'm seeing lots of questions, lots of help. Thank you for get there. Marilyn, if so your machine does need to be a Wi-Fi enabled machine. So it depends on your machine. But if I saw someone that said their Epic 2 isn't finding this, I do want to make sure, you definitely need to, I did this on my original Epic this morning. I was like, oh, okay. I need to send, and I hadn't signed into my Sonnet account yet. So now I'm signing into this. It's basically CREATIVATE, but it's the same account that you've always had. All right. So it's the same account you've always had. All right. And Marilyn, I see you say it is. So, I think, upgrade. I got the app. Meryl, there's that. Again, questions about, iPad version isn't working. These are things that I think Adam is taking a quick look at. Amy, we're writing all these, always basically be that. So, and Priscilla, I see your phone had already updated, so that's always great. What are the other questions that I've missed, Amy? So I know there's been so many, and so that's we knew there were a lot of questions. Hopefully this has helped a little bit to to let you guys understand where things are a little bit. I know there are still questions, and I know there are still things that you have questions about. So there are questions, but I have activated code, works, but tells me no subscription under my account. Well, and you can upload. Found on the Vault, you can upload to the cloud. You can upload to the cloud from the Vault. That is correct. That is a great thing. I've activated code.
Adam wants to chime in here on something.
Yeah, please.
Keeps coming up. So folks have box software and or activation codes. When you go to creativate.com and you go to see the membership options, it doesn't currently recognize, because the memberships are separate from activation codes, right? So membership is monthly membership. What we're working on is getting those synced up so it will reflect you at the right level. That being said, it just shows that on the membership subscriptions, your actual functional access to your software is appropriate. So when you go into the software or you go and do anything, it will recognize whether you're platinum or gold or silver from an activation code standpoint. And then it will sync to all of that. But as far as it recognizing that when you go to view my membership or my account, that still is something that we're updating on the back end.
Okay. Yeah, and dealership standpoint, subscriptions, you're right, they're still annual. And someone had said that, I don't know if it was on the app, that you had went to Embroidery on your app and it froze at millimeters and inches. It did that to me too. I can tell you that you need to this is kind of a little workaround for now, but it worked perfectly for me. As I took my text size a couple clicks smaller, went in and chose millimeters and inches, and then took my text size back up because I'm wearing reading glasses, so I need that as well. So anyway, so that is certainly, it certainly is a workaround for that. So, all right. Able to buy designs. All right. And so Julie, you said downloading the MySonet software to my new computer. The MySonet software is, I mean, you certainly can, but it is now CreativaTe. So, you know, you're not up a creek. You have the MySonet the MySonet box software can still go on a new computer. That's not a problem. So that is fine. So you can still do that. It's not a question about that. And again, Barbara, the font size, it's in, I have an iPhone. It was in my settings and it was in, I think, display and brightness. So that was a way to do it. I had to learn that too. So it was in, you know, display and brightness. I just took it down a couple clicks. I was able to choose and then took it back up so I could read it again. So, all right. So Amy, what else am I missing? Adam, do you have any more comments? I think we're kind of at time. I hope that this, you know, a little bit, you know, again, give you at least a few answers and more ideas and things great coming as far as designs coming. So, you know, the annual subscriptions are still available through the dealerships. So that is great.
Yes,
And
anybody that has an annual subscription that's expiring, your two options.
Yeah.
Go to the dealership where you purchased the first one. If you're in a Joann's area that Joann's is no longer there, then you're gonna. Did Joann sell them? Did Joann sell the 12-month coach?
they did. And, you know, there are, you know, we tried to find dealers,
Yeah.
you know, close. So, you know,
Yeah.
that I would certainly try and find a dealership as well.
Yeah, so find a dealer if you had purchased it at Joann's. Other than that, we'll look at the monthly subscription options and see if there's promotions and things like that that are likely to be coming in the next few days. So you guys have options there
And
for new membership.
yeah, and Joanna, you said the Sew Notice, Image Stitch, Creator Q, they're actually all included now with CreativaTe. So those are all included right in CreativaTe. So, all right.
Machine registration will not show it in your My Devices on the application. The registration process is different. You would just simply go into Add Machine on the mobile application, and then it would show up.
All right. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for your time. We've got a transcript. We'll start looking, you know, working through different things and keep an eye out. There's going to be lots of new, you know, updates, new designs, all that sort of stuff. So we appreciate, again, your time very much for this. So thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.